Here's how you can protect your brain health and have healthy brain health during the holidays. My name is Dr. Bisley Natalie. This is the Hot Girl Brain Club, where I teach women how to heal their brain from the inside out so that they can unapologetically shine as their truest self. I don't know who started this thing a long time ago or whenever it started, where apparently we have to choose between health and having fun during the holidays. I work with so many women who, when it comes around to the holidays, trying to keep healthy habits seems like it's torture. It seems like, we're being way too restrictive. And this is where we have to take a step back, and I have to check in with them and tell them, like, hey, you can still be healthy and have fun. You don't have to choose between one or the other. And when we can start to really see health as fun, we're then able to be consistent with our healthy habits long term. So right now, I want you to just take a step back and just check in with yourself. Do you feel like health feels too restrictive? Does health feel like it's boring and like it's not fun? Because let me tell you, girl, it doesn't have to be like that. That is a mindset that you're choosing to think and have about health. When I started to redefine my mindset around health, and I started to see health as fun, I started to see health as something that I want to do on an everyday basis, and it's easy to implement in my life, whether it's Christmas or Easter or Thanksgiving or whatever holiday it is, my health completely changed. I stopped sabotaging my health because I was like, if I want to be healthy, then I got to learn how to be healthy no matter what celebration and holiday is coming up. And I just started to feel so much better. What happens to a lot of us is that the holidays come around and we're just like, chucking out all our healthy habits, and we're saying, bye, peace out, I'll see you in the new year. And when we have this mindset around health, what ends up happening is that we get stuck in these cycles. And you let me know if you relate to this, because I have a feeling you do. We essentially get stuck in these cycles where we feel really good. Our healthy habits are going fantastic. We're doing great. And then boom, right? We fall off the wagon. We fall off the wagon. We end up feeling really bad. We stay here for a little bit. Then we're just like, hey, let's, pick ourselves back up and let's continue to move through this. And now you're at the top again. Things are doing good. And then boom, you're back down again. So many of us get stuck in these cycles. And I see this all the time. This is why when the new year starts, the gym is just full of people. It's full of people who are just like, New Year's resolutions, new me. But the thing is that if you can't embody the new you right now in this moment, you aren't going to be able to embody this new you consistently moving forward. I've already started to implement some of my New Year's resolutions now. Why am I going to wait until the new year to feel good about myself and who I am? If you're actually serious about your habits, if you're serious about changing, you don't need some big celebration, some new year to give you the permission to embody those habits. This is something that you should just start doing now in this moment. So already, this is the mindset that I want you to walk into the holidays with. This mindset that health is fun. Health is easy. And in this video, I'm going to share those, top 3 tips as to how you protect your brain during the holidays. But walk in with this mindset. This is the mindset around health that you should be embodying and embracing. If you see health as this like torturous, restrictive thing, good luck to you, girl, trying to set healthy habits. I had to work on this too. So if you feel like you are in that place, like, I just want to normalize that. I was in that place for a very long time. And then as soon as I switched up how I was relating to health and being healthy, it just changed the game for me. And now it's like, whether it's a birthday, whether it's a trip I go to, health is a part of who I am. I don't take a break from health. Why do we need to take a break from health? Isn't that like, just sit on that for a second. Like, we want to take a break from our healthy habits. We want to take a break from health. That's literally like telling yourself, I want to take a break from feeling good. Because when you're healthy, you feel good. And it's like, why the heck would you ever want to take a break from that? So that blows my mind. But also I was in that place where I was just like, oh, I need to take a break from my healthy habits. I need to take a break from like eating vegetables and going to the gym and just like let loose. Like, why do we need to do that? Anyways, that's a side note, side tangent. I should make a whole video on that. Whole video on the health mindset to embody, embrace, coming out in 2024 at some point. So getting back into what are those 3 healthy habits that you can start to implement to really support your brain health during the holidays. Number 1, this is more so mindset oriented. The last 2 are going to be more so supporting the body. First one, set boundaries. I work with so many women who all fall under that umbrella of being people pleasers, of giving. And honestly, this is why this season is so dangerous for you, because it's a season of giving, right? And if you are a people pleaser, if you are someone who constantly gives to others, what a beautiful season for you to fully self-sabotage and put people in front of you. And then by the end of it, be so exhausted and tired and just hating the holidays. So you have to be that much more careful during this time and season to set these healthy boundaries. So when I talk about setting healthy boundaries, I mean a few different things. So first of all, being mindful of how many plans that you are saying yes to. This is a time of the year when a lot of people have time off. You want to connect with friends and family and catch up with people, because usually, September to December, especially if you are a parent with young kids, it's usually the busiest time of the year. And so when things start to kind of slow down at this time of the year, everybody's like kind of hungry to catch up and meet up with friends and do fun things. But you want to be careful, because it is so easy to jam pack the holidays and feel like you didn't rest or give anything to yourself. So be really mindful of that. Make sure that when someone asks you, hey, are you free this day? Let's hang out. Before you say yes, just simply say, let me check my schedule and get back to you. Simple, easy. And this actually gives you an opportunity to check your schedule and then get back to them and let them know if you actually want to hang out with them. But don't say yes right away. Because if you're a chronic people pleaser, if you are someone who constantly puts everybody else before you, your first instinct is to say yes to everything, to everyone. And that puts you in a really dangerous spot of over giving. Make your schedule full, do whatever you want to do, but just give yourself the opportunity to decide if you actually want to go through with this or not, instead of automatically reacting and saying yes. So setting boundaries in this way is going to be very, very important to you. The other piece to also think about is boundaries around your health. So this means when you are spending time with family, decide what it means to be healthy when you're around family all the time. This might mean letting your family know that you are going to step away and go on a 30-minute walk, or you are going to go to the gym for an hour to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Or this looks like you saying no to the second, third helpings that you are being offered and being pressured into eating, even though your stomach is screaming to you that it's full. We get so caught up during this season making sure that everybody around us feels good, we're taking care of everyone else around us, that we forget to prioritize our healthy habits. And if you are around family, get them involved in health. Maybe after dinner, you all are going on a walk together outside, or you're waking up and doing this together first thing. Maybe for the holidays, you all are bringing in healthy food, and that's the theme around it, because healthy food can also be really, really yummy if you cook it right. So this is the other way that I want you to think about boundaries, and making sure that you have these boundaries set around your health. I have had way too many holiday seasons where I've just spent all this time giving to others, working, doing all these other things, and I never actually properly gave myself time to rest, to restore. And then I end the holidays off being like, I wish I had 2 weeks off, when I actually did. So be really mindful of that and make sure that you're setting these healthy boundaries, because girl, you matter just as much as your family and friends. And if anything, You should be spending the first few minutes of the day pouring into yourself so that you can that much more support the people around you, and having healthy boundaries, communicate with your family. Don't get upset that they don't understand your health and your boundaries or whatever if you can't properly communicate to them. Let them know. Be clear about your health boundaries. Be clear that you need to step away so that you can show up that much better for them and support them, and unapologetically give yourself this time. So you have to be really intentional about this. I know the holidays are about to start in the next few days. I would encourage you, take a look at your schedule. Make sure that it's not overpacked. Take a look at your schedule and make sure that you have prioritized and put boundaries around your health, and that you have communicated this to your family so that they can support you in this way. So that is tip number 1, which is to set those boundaries. Tip number 2, when it comes to having a healthy brain during the holidays, is you really want to watch your alcohol intake. I don't know why we think that we need to drink like 8 glasses of wine in order to have fun. And if that's you, then we really need to take a step back here and dig into a deeper problem that's happening here. You can have just as much fun with 1 or 2 glasses of wine instead of having 7 to 8 glasses of wine, right? You can have just as much fun with that. It's about how you see it. Alcohol, and usually over drinking during this time, is very, very common, right? It's a social thing. It's the holidays, the wines, the scotches, the whiskeys are all out. And if you're spending time at a family's place, I don't know about your family, but I kid you not, every single family's house I go to, there's an abundance of alcohol, and it's very, very easy to quickly over drink. Why alcohol is bad. I'm so straight up gonna say bad. I know, we shouldn't call foods good or bad. And don't get me wrong, this doesn't stop me from drinking a couple of glasses of wine. I am not someone who doesn't drink at all. I love me a good glass of wine. But the reason that alcohol isn't the best for our brain health is because when we spend a night drinking, alcohol causes our brain to release a hormone called GABA. GABA is our calming hormone, calming neurotransmitter, and this is why when we drink wine, we feel really good, right? You might be around family that might make you anxious or irritates you, so you're drinking these glasses of wine and you generally feel better because now your body is flooded with your GABA hormone. You feel calm, you feel good, you feel like you can tolerate your family for a night. Then what happens the next day, right? Our body is very, very smart. Because you spent an entire night drinking this wine or alcohol, I just keep referring to wine because I just love me a good glass of red. So because you spent a night drinking alcohol and your body spent a night being flooded with your hormone GABA, your body wants to balance itself out. So in order to balance it out, your body's going to release something called glutamate. Glutamate is a very excitatory neurotransmitter. And when your body gets flooded with glutamate, it gets into that excited state. And what is very closely related to that excited state? Anxiety. This is what leads to us experiencing anxiety the next day. And not only this, but when we spend a night drinking, your body gets a huge surge in its blood sugar levels. And then the next day, it's like a huge drop. And when you experience that drop in blood sugar levels, that hypoglycemic state, you're craving more carbs. And this causes you to make poorer food choices the next day. So these two things, occur because of drinking. So we really want to be mindful of the amount that we are drinking, especially during the holidays. As I said before, this is not something that I was always the best with. I always felt like, I had to have lots of drinks in order to have a lot of fun. And I really had to change my mindset around this. Why do we love the holidays? Is it because of the drinking? I know some of you might be looking at this saying, yeah, duh. But really, we love the holidays because we're with family. We come together and we're spending time with the people that we love the most. That's what really makes the holidays joyous and fun, is the people and the company that we spend time with. So when we start seeing fun in the other things, like yes, the food is good, but that's really not the point of the holidays, right? It's the community. And when we start seeing the fun in community instead of the food and the alcohol, they don't really matter as much anymore. So keep this in mind and really watch your alcohol intake, because again, depending on how many days you're spending with your family, having a few drinks every night for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days really adds up to the end of it. It's a really quick way to gain weight, to induce inflammation in your body, to make poorer food choices. It's definitely going to ruin your sleep and potentially make you more anxious and irritable the next day. So keep all of these things in mind. I'm not telling you to completely stop alcohol, but just be really mindful of your intake. This is something that I have really had to work on in the past little bit. But again, I know it's possible because I'm going to have maybe 1 or 2 glasses, but that's probably where I'm going to stop because I don't need more. Also with me, my body, I just go straight into anxiety mode now when I drink, which is pretty unfortunate. Like I'll have a glass of wine and all of a sudden my heart's like, it's just like really beating in my chest and I'm like, fantastic. So my body's just like, this just ain't for us anymore, Bisleen, not for us. So I respect that body. So that is my tip number 2, is to watch the alcohol intake. The last tip that I want to share with you, this is again also related to body health, is eat your vegetables. I know you've probably heard this so much growing up, but it still stays true. Eat your vegetables. And when I say eating your vegetables, because you might be like, okay, cool, eat my vegetables, but how much? I always say half your plate. That is such a good measure of eating enough vegetables. Half your plate should be full of vegetables at 80% of your meals. Not going to do 100% because it's hard. We're not being perfect. We're not reaching for perfectionism. We're reaching for the best that we can do. And usually 80 to 90 is the best that we can do. So half your plate, make sure that it's vegetables at the meals that you eat. I get a lot of women asking me questions as to, okay, how do I eat healthy during the holidays? How do I choose between the healthiest foods when I am not the one that's cooking? That's how you do it. Start with the vegetables. Make sure that when you're looking at the food that's in front of you, get the veggies, put them on your plate first so that's covered, and then go for the other foods. Why you want to make sure half your plate is vegetables is because vegetables are honestly one of the most nutritious foods that we can feed our body. And what ends up happening is that during the holidays, we have such carb heavy food and our food isn't as nutritious. And when we eat a lot of carbs, it completely wrecks our blood sugar levels. And the other thing too is that carbs don't keep us full. They don't. And this is why you'll have like a big meal and then a couple hours later, you're just like, oh my God, I'm like starving and hungry again because that meal, a lot of it was carb heavy. Now, of course, there's other parts of this too. Like you want to make sure you're getting enough protein and healthy fats. But if there's just one food rule you want to try to follow during the holidays, it's to make sure that your plate is half vegetables. Again, what happens with a lot of us is that we take a full 2-week break from all of our health habits, which again, don't know why. When you take a break from health, you're telling yourself you want to take a break from feeling good, which if you want to do that, by all means, girl, you do that. I don't. And we take this 2-week break and then we start the new year off not feeling good about ourselves. We have so much guilt and shame from the food choices that we made. And this is a whole other conversation. If you end up messing up for the next 2 weeks, that's okay. Don't make yourself feel bad about it. It is what it is. Just get back on track. But this is why I'm making this video so that we can prevent that from happening, so that you don't ruin your health so much in the next couple of weeks coming up that you then spend the first 2 months of the year getting your body back to what it was before the holidays. Because that is just an exhausting cycle to be in. And it's a cycle that you don't need to be in if you just start seeing health as fun and easy. Health is fun and easy. Just start telling yourself that on a day-to-day basis so that you can at least start seeing that for yourself. And if you are watching this and you're just like, but Bisleen, like my family doesn't, make anything with vegetables in it. It's just all carbs and protein. Well, my friend, girly, you be the one to bring vegetables to your family's thing. Take that initiative. And even if you don't want to cook anything, just go to the store, either get like a ready-made salad pack or maybe just get those like cut up veggies. You can at least do that. And that's like zero prep from your end. And I think it's like $10, $15 max. You bring it there so at least the veggies are there and you have something that you can turn to that is nutritious if you're like your family doesn't. The other thing doesn't make it. The other thing you can do too is let your family know. If there's someone who cooks a food, let them know that do you mind adding something with vegetables in it? If you need help with it, I can help you with it as well, and I can bring something in too. But just let them know that you would want something with vegetables in it. Just communicate. Think about these things beforehand and create and set that plan for yourself. These are the tips. Set those boundaries. Boundaries around health, boundaries around how much you pack your schedule. Watch your alcohol intake. You can have just as much fun during the holidays with a glass or two of wine instead of 8 glasses of wine a night. And lastly, make sure that half your plate is vegetable at 80 to 90% of your meals so that you can make sure you're still getting really nutritious foods and giving your body the nutrients it needs to feel good. Simple. These are just really, really simple things. And I don't think any of them are really restrictive. Maybe you might find the alcohol piece, you're just like, oh, too restrictive. Take what you need from this, right? It's not about being perfect, but I do want you to be aware. And again, the best thing that you can do right now is to create this plan, think about the next couple of weeks, and make sure that you're being intentional about your health. It's so easy to not be healthy, to be unintentional with your health, and then we just end up acting on automatic and going for the worst foods. So the more intentional that you can be with your health and just ask yourself, how can I make these holidays be the healthiest but most fun holiday that I've ever had? Again, right? A lot of us are like, health and fun? What? Like same sentence? I didn't think that was possible, but it is. So I'm going to leave you with this again. Health and great brain health is fun and easy. Carry that mindset with you into the holidays. Just watch how much easier it is to be healthy during the holidays. And honestly, you'll feel so much better too, right? That's a plus point. You'll feel better when you're being healthy during the holidays. And if you have family members that are annoying, they're just so much easier to handle. So that's the best tip. The healthier you are, the more you can withstand annoying family members during the holidays. So use that as your motivation to be healthy if you need to during the holidays. If you like this video, don't forget to like and share. And I'd love to know from you. Comment below and let me know how you plan to be healthy during the holidays.